ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಳೆದ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಕ್ ಪಾತ್ ಮತ್ತು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು what do you mean by eccentricity, diameter and radius of the given graph G ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. First let us recall what do you mean by a walk. See, given a graph, if you take any two vertices, for example in this graph I will take Q and Z. Q ಮತ್ತು Z ಅಂತ ಎರಡು vertex ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. So from Q to Z, to traverse from Q to Z, you can follow any path, any available path in the graph. See, I can go in this direction or in this direction or in this direction or I can go in this direction. So there are many ways to reach Z from Q. So the path or the way we are going to traverse can be written in this form. V0, E0, starting from this vertex, edge, again vertex, edge, and so on. So any sequence of vertices and edges in a graph G is called a walk in G. So any sequence of vertices and edges is called a walk in G. So V0, E0, Vn. This is a walk from V0 to Vn. If end vertices are same, usually in any walk, end points are vertices. If these two are same, that is if V0 equal to Vn, then it is called a closed walk. Otherwise, it has to called a open walk, or we simply called it as walk. Then, in this walk, if all the edges are distinct, then we call that as a trail. Trail, if all the edges are distinct. Vertex may repeat, but edges are distinct. Then it is called a trail. If the vertices are also distinct, if the vertices are distinct, so what will be having edges also distinct. So if vertices are all distinct, then we call that walk as path. So under walk we have two types. So first one, trail. A walk is called a trail if all the edges are distinct. It is called a path if all the vertices are distinct. In a path, if end vertices are same, then it is called a circuit. The word circuit and cycle we use alternatively. So don't confuse with these two. So any path in which end vertices are same is called a circuit. Sometimes we call that as a cycle also. There is no much difference between circuit and cycle. Now these are the basic things we needed. Now I have this graph. Suppose I'll consider again Q and Z, two vertices Q and Z. Then as I told already, there are many paths between, or there are many ways to reach Z from Q. So I have to choose the shortest path. I am going to choose. That means vertices must be distinct. From Q I can go in this way, and also I can go in this way. If I go in this way, the length of the path will be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That path takes length 4, and again this path has length 2. See, by a length of a path we mean number of edges in that path. ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಲೆಂತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. 4 ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಲೆಂತ್ 4. So here from Q to Z I can go from this in this direction, so that has length 2. So that is called distance of Q to Z. Given any two vertices of a graph, the length of the shortest path between those two vertices is called distance between them. So distance between Q and Z is 2. Similarly, distance between Q and X, what will be the distance? 1, 2, 3. Or you can come from this direction. 1, 2, 3. So distance between Q and X is 3. Again, distance between Q and W, distance between Q and T will be 1. So this will be distance 1. This will be distance 2. Okay. Distance between Q and W, 1, 2, 3. Distance between Q and W is 3. Distance between Q and X that I have computed, distance between Q and V, 1, 2, that is 2. Again, distance between Q and R is 1, Q and U is 1, Q and Y is 2, Q and S is distance between Q and S. So So you can go in this direction. 1, 2. Q, R, S. So distance between Q and S is 2. So similarly, given a graph, fixing one vertex, you can find distance between that vertex and remaining vertices of the graph. So get different values, 2, 3, 3, 2. You can compute the distance between all the vertices. It will be either 1 or 2 or 3. The maximum distance of the vertex from any other vertex of the graph is called its eccentricity. So here this is the maximum distance from any vertex of the graph to Q. So this is called eccentricity of Q. Eccentricity of Q is 3. By eccentricity we mean the maximum distance of the vertex from any other vertex of the graph. Similarly, you can find eccentricity of R. So from Q I have distance 1, Q and U, R and U distance 2, R and Y distance 2, distance 1, distance 1, distance 2, again distance 2. So from any vertex of this graph, again W is distance 2, S is distance 1. From any vertex of this graph, the distance between R and that vertex is at most 2. So eccentricity of R is 2. Similarly, we can find eccentricity of every vertex in this graph. You can check this. The eccentricity of these vertices will be Q will be having eccentricity 3, R will be having eccentricity 2, Z again it will be having eccentricity 2, this has eccentricity 3, this also has eccentricity 3, this has eccentricity 4, and again I hope this has eccentricity 3. One more vertex, V and W, that only to have eccentricity 4. V, this has eccentricity 3, this also has eccentricity 3. So these are the eccentricities of the vertices of this graph. Now I will take maximum eccentricity of this graph. What is the maximum eccentricity? 4. The minimum eccentricity is 2. The maximum eccentricity of a vertex in G is called diameter of G. The maximum eccentricity of any vertex in G is called diameter of G. So the diameter of this graph is 4. Similarly, the minimum eccentricity of any vertex in G is called radius of G. You have to take the eccentricity of all the vertices of the graph. The maximum eccentricity of any vertex in the graph is called the diameter of the graph, and minimum eccentricity of any vertex in the graph is called its radius of the graph. So either you use the notation RAD of G, or sometimes we use simply R of G. Similarly, DIAM of G or D of G. So these are about diameter of the graph and radius of the graph. Now, again in this graph, there are some vertices. Obviously, there must be a vertex whose eccentricity will be same as radius of G. There must be a vertex whose eccentricity is same as the radius of the graph. If eccentricity of any vertex V, this is the general vertex V. If eccentricity of any vertex V is same as radius of the graph, eccentricity of V is same as the radius of the graph, then V is called central vertex. If eccentricity of a vertex is same as radius, then it is called a central vertex. The graph induced by central vertices is called center of G, center of G, graph induced by central vertices. Now look into this graph. If you look into this graph, here R as the diameter of this graph is 2. Diameter of this graph is 2 because that is the minimum eccentricity. And the vertex R and the vertex Z as eccentricity 2. So these two are central vertices because the radius of the graph is same as the eccentricity of R. Radius of the graph is same as eccentricity of Z. And these two will be central vertices. The subgraph induced by these two vertices is this one. So this is the center of graph. Center of this graph. If you take this as G, this is the center of G. This is the definition of a center of a graph. So similarly, we have one more parameter, that is, in the way I have considered a radius, I can also consider the diameter. What I consider diameter. Let's see. Now, if eccentricity of V is equal to diameter of G, then V is called peripheral vertex. Peripheral vertex of G. Then V is called peripheral vertex of G if the eccentricity of V is same as the diameter of G. Now in this graph, W and V are peripheral vertices. W and V are peripheral vertices. The subgraph induced by peripheral vertices is called periphery of G and is denoted by periphery of G and is denoted by PER of G. Here the peripheral vertices, as I said, they are W and V. So the subgraph induced by periphery is actually this one. Totally disconnected graph of order 2. So this is periphery of G. That is the periphery of G. So this is about the diameter, eccentricity first, then diameter, radius, and central vertex and center of a graph, peripheral vertex and periphery of a graph. Next we shall discuss some examples for this. So if I consider a cycle, then what will be the eccentricity and diameter? Let's discuss all the parameters for a cycle. So let us consider cycles of different orders. Suppose I will consider C3. This is C3, C4, C5, so three graphs I have considered: C3, C4, C5. So A, B, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E. Now, eccentricity of A is the maximum distance of a vertex from A. 1, 1, 1. So each have eccentricity 1. So 1, 1, 1. Here each have eccentricity 2. This is the maximum distance vertex. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Here A, that the maximum distance will be between A and E. So again this will be having 2, 2, 2, 2. If I take C6, let us see. So here A, B, C, D, E, F. So eccentricities will be 1, 2, 3. Again 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So given a cycle of order n, the eccentricities of all the vertices will be same. Eccentricity of B will be same as eccentricity of W for any V comma W. So this implies diameter of G will be same as radius of G. Diameter of G will be same as radius of G. What is the radius of this? 1. Radius of this 2. Radius of this graph will be again 2. So generally this will be n by 2 if n even and n minus 1 by 2 if n odd. N minus 1 by 2 if n odd. Now the question is, what is the center of this graph and what is the periphery of this graph? Since radius of G will be equal to eccentricity of B for every vertex, each vertex will be a center of the graph. Since radius of G will be same as eccentricity of a vertex for each vertex of the graph, all vertex the eccentricity same. So all vertex the eccentricity will be equal to radius. So each vertex will be a center. The subgraph induced by this vertex will be same as the given graph. So the graph itself the center of that graph. So Cn itself its center. So Cn is called self-central graph. Self-central graph. Similarly, you can check periphery of this graph. Each vertex have eccentricity that is same as diameter of G. So each vertex will be a peripheral vertex of the graph, and the subgraph induced by the peripheral vertices is same as Cn. So it is self-periphery again. Self-periphery. So this is about central vertices and peripheral vertices of a cycle Cn. Similarly, let us consider a path Pn. Let us see what are central vertices and peripheral vertices of a path Pn. First, I will take P2 AB, P3 ABC, P4 ABCD, P5 ABCDE. Now the distance between these two vertices is 1. So eccentricity of A is 1, eccentricity of B is also 1. Eccentricity of A is 2. Eccentricity of C is also 2. Eccentricity of B is 1. Eccentricity of A is 1, 2, 3. Eccentricity of B is 1, 2. Eccentricity of C is also 2. Eccentricity of D is 1, 2, 3. If you consider D, A is the vertex that has maximum distance from D. Again here, eccentricity of A is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. Eccentricity of B 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 4, 2. So given a path Pn, in Pn, radius of G will be let us first see diameter. Diameter of G will be G is Pn here. If you take a path of order path of order 2, P2, then you have 1. P3 I have 2, P4 3, P5 4. So n minus 1 in general. So diameter of Pn is n minus 1. And radius of Pn, here only one vertex has eccentricity, that is equal to radius of G. See, eccentricity of this, okay. Radius of this vertex is 1, radius of this graph is 1, radius of this graph is 2, radius of this graph is again 2. So radius of Pn will be n by 2 if n even, n by 2 if n even, n minus 1 by 2 if n odd, n minus 1 by 2 if n odd. So given any Pn, end vertices will have eccentricity that is same as diameter of G. So end vertices are peripheral vertices. And the subgraph induced by peripheral vertices will be K2 bar. This is about peripheral vertices or periphery of the graph. The radius of Pn is n by 2 if n even, n minus 1 by 2 if n odd. Now I have to look into center vertices. Here the center of this vertex is, this graph is B, here B and C, again here only C. So center of a graph, center of Pn will be K1 bar if n odd. See, if n odd, you get only one vertex. One vertex bantu, illo one vertex bantu. K2, if n even, you get K2. So it will be K2 if n even. That will be a center of graph. So periphery of the graph will be K2 bar. If n is odd, you can take K1 or K1 bar, both are same. Center of Pn will be K1, you get only one vertex. If n odd, you get two vertices if n is even. So this is about center of the graph and periphery of the graph, where the graph G is a path Pn. Next, take this one as exercise. Let us try to find center and periphery of Km, bipartite graph. So try to find what is the center of this graph and what will be the periphery of the graph Km, complete bipartite graph. So in the next video we shall discuss the locating number of the graph. Thank you.